Hello, welcome back. Today is Friday, the 17th of April, and I've needed to look that up today. Really don't know whether I'm coming or going today. It is the end of a very short week, and I like to do a bit of a review on Fridays. So, this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so far, because of the Easter change of proceedings, I think I began with gratitude at the beginning of the week. We talked a bit more about the whole alcohol issue. And it was really interesting because about a day later, there was a report in the media about confirming what I've observed, which is people are drinking more, women in particular are drinking more. And we're in this for a marathon, not the sprint. So perhaps it's time to rethink your relationship with alcohol. And yesterday we talked about relationships. And of course, relationships are really impacted by alcohol. Relationships are often initially bonded through alcohol and survived, in inverted commas, through alcohol. And talked about what it's like to be solo at the moment during lockdown and social distancing. So today, I really wanted to ask, are you okay? Because what I'm noticing is another wave. In earlier videos, we talked about grief and the grief cycle. Remember the denial, the bargaining, the anger, the sadness, depression, and potentially acceptance. And I kind of said it's not necessarily linear. You can go in and out of a stage, and it's not one way. You can go backwards and forwards. Hello, Helen. Nice to see you again. If anyone else is out there, please do a like or a comment so I know you're there. It's kind of a surprise afterwards when I sometimes see some likes to, I would have said hello. But I'm talking this, the whole grief stuff is also, oh, hi, Sam. It's also, I'm seeing another wave of it, and it's kind of like, well, first we get our head around maybe a couple of weeks. I know Kiwis and the Brits and various other places around the world had kind of set dates of how long they would be in lockdown, and they're pretty much all being extended. So what happens when you kind of got your head around a few weeks or maybe a month, and this roller coaster seems to be endless? So some of the things I've noticed this week is whether it's, I kind of see defiance as a bit of denial. It's like, this doesn't apply to me, or a bit of bargaining. So now that is Therapy Cat. Therapy Cat has actually been sick and lethargic this week. So I'm really, really happy that he's come back to normal and got all talky again right now. I don't know if he's going to pop up and say hello, but he's sitting beside me on the couch. So back to the roller coaster of denial and bargaining. So what we're seeing now is a lot of people are trying to go to the beach again. They might go early in the day to supposedly avoid people. I have a colleague who lives near Clovelly Beach and Gordons Bay who said it was absolutely packed this morning when she went for a walk. Absolutely packed. I've seen personal trainers doing contact training, like boxing. And I'm seeing groups, not just singles. We're not allowed to sit on the grass and alone in the park. I'm seeing groups of people sitting in the park. And I get it. This is boring. Some of the rules don't seem to make sense to us. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. Some of the we mightn't agree with what's going on. Probably, I know we tend to put a lot of blame on the 20-somethings, but equally is out there flouting the rules at the moment. I've seen it's the over 70s. And I get it. I get the impact on your mental health if you're locked in a home, and particularly in this area, a lot of people live in very small homes with tiny backyards, often quite dappled in light from the trees. So going outside and getting a little bit of sun on your body feels really good. But I just kind of say what this has brought up for me is my little petty bureaucrat inside going, no, 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 no. I really want to say, go home. but it's not about them. This is entirely about me and my reaction. So I'd actually kind of like to thank, in some ways, people flouting things because they're really, really reminding me that this is my stuff. It's my stuff with authority. It's my stuff with, hey, I'm being the good girl here. I'm playing by the rules. This isn't fair. I want to go sit in the park. I want to go for a swim. I really, really miss swimming. So I just want to say, folks, I know you're doing it tough. I know you're bored. Hello, Libby. Nice to see you. I know you're bored. I know you might be lonely. I know you might be going nuts about the people who are living in your house. But once again, just a reminder, this is a marathon, and what we do through the marathon, if we come out to the end of the marathon, do we want to say, I just spent the whole time looking at cat videos or Netflix or even Zooming? I mean, even I think it's absolutely wonderful connecting with people face to face, and that's part of what's really helping me cope with the isolation. But it's actually having some analog time, which we talked about before Easter, having that analog time. I actually did do some colouring in over Easter. I didn't finish the Easter egg, but I had a great time with my watercolour pencils. So I'd say this weekend, I want you to consider, how can you channel some of the boredom, frustration, irritation, anger, and sadness into something creative. If you've been doing something creative, leave a message in comments. And I will see you in a couple of days on Monday, 1 p.m. Sydney time. And I've thought, if nothing else, this collection of videos since the 13th of March is going. The 13th of March was 6 weeks since my previous haircut and colour. And if nothing else, it's going to document. Going to document what happens to my crazy hair. Have a good one, folks. Shall I sign off with a hello from Therapy Cat? And I'll catch you very soon. Come on. He's a bit shy. See you next week. Bye.